Good morning, my friends, and you join me in Rathcoole, County Dublin, at the depot of SGL, Speed Logic, SGL Logistics. Sunday morning, not that it matters because it could be any day of the week you're watching this. Hopefully you're watching it anyway. And my task for today is not a very difficult one. It's just to get me down to Rosslare for a boat that, please God, it's going today. Because I've had no luck with boats all week long. I was supposed to go to Italy, and then I was supposed to go to France, and unfortunately neither of them happened. So this is my third attempt to get a run in here. I've been given the flagship of the fleet, not because I'm a great driver or anything, but because I'm nervous of driving a left-hand drive truck now. Well, you probably wouldn't believe that, but it's actually true. I'm nervous of driving the left-hand drive truck. I've been in a left-hand drive truck for the last week, and I just can't get the hang of it at all. Now, I've driven left-hand drive trucks in the past, but I just cannot come to grips with it. So, thankfully, this unit was in the yard because it was getting DOE'd last week there, so they were able to swap me. And now I wasn't throwing the toys out of the pram or anything. I just happened to mention to Pat that I felt very uncomfortable driving the left-hand drive, and he swapped me out of it into this, which is wonderful. So the plan is, at the moment, because that's all I'll ever say anymore, is the plan at the moment is to get down to Rosslare, book on the DFDS ferry that's going to Dunkirk. Should be off that boat. It's going at 4 o'clock today, which is brilliant, which means it should be in by 4 o'clock tomorrow. And that, I have 2.5 days ahead of me driving then over to Warsaw in Poland. Now, I've never been to Poland before, not even on holidays, so I don't know what I'm in for, good, bad or indifferent. But hopefully it'll make interesting viewing. Should do anyway, if I can manage to keep everything going. Cameras and stuff like that, they haven't been the most reliable, and the worst one of all is the newest one, which is my GoPro Hero 10. It's absolutely horrendous, unreliable. I don't know why. I've done all the software updates on it and everything you can possibly imagine, but it's still not working properly. So I don't know, maybe I just bought a dud. But like for 500 quid you'd expect to get something a little bit more reliable. So we're just coming out of Greenogue Industrial Estate. This is the industrial estate here on the west side of Dublin, where the company has its yard, and it's a handy old spot to get to. I think their main place is Roscommon. I know that's where the boys are from, around Castlereagh, where my own father's from. But their main yard, as I said, is here in Rathcoole, which is an ideal place really because you're close to the motorway here. So that's it so far, my friends. Hopefully now everything will go smoothly enough. But sure, as I normally do, I will share the good, the bad and the ugly with you. I'm not going to try and edit any bits out. If I'm having a shit day, you'll know all about it. I'm not going to gloss over anything, and that's usually the way I do my videos. It is what it is. I say what I say. Some people might agree with me, some people won't. That's just the way life is. So we'll get ourselves down to Gorey first, and we'll get some diesel, and then we'll work on it from there. Ciao for now. Well, where we are now is basically my backyard. This is the N11 in Wicklow. Wicklow, where I'm from. Well, I'm originally from Mayo, but I don't advertise that fact. The last time you were in Mayo, so it was 1975 or 6. You're not from Mayo at all, you're from Wicklow. Yeah, you got it right. So this is basically my backyard, as I said. And there's a pub coming up here on the left-hand side that's very famous for all the wrong reasons. It's called Jack White's, and it's just on the N11 here, and it's very easy to access from the slip road. And there's a bit of a sad story behind it, really. Tom Neville bought the pub over, I'm not sure when did he buy it, 1990 something he bought it, 96 say, I'm not sure exactly when he bought it. Himself and his wife were living in Dublin, and they ran a pub in Dublin, and she had notions of grandeur, Catherine Nevin, and decided that she wanted to move down the country. So they bought Jack White's pub, which was it still is, I mean, it's still a popular place. So they bought that and got it up and running and employed a lot of local people, and it was going very well. But unfortunately, Tom's wife, Catherine, had a bit of a roaming eye, and she was one of these people who liked to court solicitors and guards and people and doctors and stuff, people that she would see who are, like, sort of, say, important, you know, or have a little bit of social standing. So anyway, she started courting these guards and judges and all sorts, and started having sex with them. There's the sign there now, British Bay. It's just in there to the left. So Catherine, anyway, continued on bringing these guys in to the pub and upstairs, even though Tom, her husband, was working downstairs in the bar. She decided that she was going to do her own thing, which is a bit sad for him, but there you go. But anyway, she wasn't happy with that, so what she decided to do then was to get rid of Tom altogether. And the best way to do that, obviously, was to kill him. But she didn't obviously want to do it herself, so she went about trying to find someone to kill poor old Tom. And eventually she found someone after a bit of soul searching, or I should say after a bit of searching. Gougers in Dublin, some of them refused to do it, but she eventually found someone to do it. And poor old Tom was closing up one night, and someone came into the bar with a shotgun and shot him dead in the bar. Now, everybody in the whole area knew what she was at, and even during the funeral, everybody locally knew that she had something to do with Tom's death, but it was a case of proving it. So eventually, anyway, after much investigation, somebody came clean and admitted that they were hired to do it. And they said that Catherine Nevin had hired them to kill her husband. So she was tried and convicted of murder, and she was sentenced to life in prison. Now, she was sent to, obviously, a woman's prison somewhere on Docas, I think, in Dublin. But very shortly before her release, I'm not sure, there was a book written about her called The Black Widow, if you ever want to see the story of Catherine Nevin and Tom Nevin. He was from Galway originally, but she developed brain cancer towards the end of her sentence, and eventually when they realised then that there was nothing that could save her, they let her out on sort of temporary release. But she died of brain cancer, and she never got to enjoy the spoils of her murderous adventure. Tom is buried up there in the graveyard, in Barndarry graveyard. I'm not sure where Catherine is buried or whether she was cremated, but like the whole plan, it was greed all the way. You know, she wasn't happy having sex behind her husband's back or in front of him even. She wanted him out of the picture altogether, even though he was a harmless individual and well liked by the staff. And none of the staff liked her because she was horrible to the staff, because she looked down her nose at people, and unless you were a judge or a solicitor or a superintendent, she didn't want to know you. So all in all, she was a nasty piece of work. But she's gone to her maker now, and you could call it karma. I don't know. I suppose at the end of the day it's called karma. She got a life sentence. She spent about 15 or 16 years, as far as I know, in jail with none of her privileges, and then she died. So that's the story of Catherine Nevin, Tom Nevin, and Jack White's pub in County Wicklow. There's the barriers down now. That's a good sign. I see the red barriers. And here's the second one about to go down. There's a second barrier down. See what they're doing over there? They're bringing all the drop trailers from the trailer park over and having them ready. So as soon as the ferry arrives, all they have to do is bang, 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 bang onto the boat. Look at the amount of Nolan transports. Another one coming, another Nolan. And there's the foam, the engine's roaring, and we have a little passenger on here. You see that Scania down there, the one with the see if I can zoom in a bit on it. It looks like one of John Butler's. Now, for those of you who don't know John Butler, he's an ex-guard that has been in the transport business since about 1990. And his daughter was one of those girls that was killed on that flight that was going from Rio de Janeiro to Paris or somewhere, and the plane fell out of the sky, and there was four doctors, Irish doctors, killed on it, or three, I think. And unfortunately, one of John Butler's daughters was on it, and she was only in her late 20s. Shocking. And they never found her body either, which is terribly sad. Yeah, very, very sad. So we're starting to move now. I can feel we're... And it's quite calm here. You can probably tell from the lack of wind noise that it's actually not windy at all at the moment. Obviously, I say at the moment. So we're moving away from Rosslare Harbour. The flag is down. So we're just coming out and taking a right turn out past the end of the pier there. So it's goodbye Ireland for a few days. Bit of a murky day, but sure, it is January, like, I think it's January the 14th or 15th, but it'll probably be March before you're seeing this video. Knowing the way I am, I'm so slow doing these things, I really am, like, I'm a disaster when it comes to it. Like, if I was doing this commercially, I'd starve, you know, I really would, because I'm just too slow. There's a nice picture. There's nice now. The Rosslare in the distance. All that coast all the way up is the Irish coast. Of course it is, you spa. What else the coast? You think it's the coast of Africa? That big building there that you're seeing in the distance is usually my marker point for coming off this road and heading up on the E17 for Antwerp. As I used to say before, some people calls are Antwerpen, but I calls are Antwerp. Antwerpen.
In 3.5 kilometres, take the exit on the right to E17, then keep left.
I have to tell you that I said this before on numerous occasions, that Garmin diesel 7-inch screen was the best money I ever spent, and I was giving out about it when I spent the money, but now that I've used it for a while, it's
At the interchange Swinard, use the right 2 lanes to follow signs for E17 toward Antwerpen.
so it's the best money I ever spent. I spent 500 quid on a GoPro camera that keeps switching off on me, and 370 on a sat nav that saved my bacon on more than one occasion, and will continue to do so. It's a great piece of kit. Height restrictions on it, weight restrictions on it, live traffic updates on it because it's connected with the phone. It's just a great piece of equipment. Look at this fucking Egypt here, look. Wankers by. I'm not going to go anywhere now because I'm coming off of this next exit here. E40, E17. Oh, great that it stopped raining. The only issue we're going to have is that it's going to be late tonight when
The exit on the right to E17, then keep left.
it's going to be late tonight when I'm finished work, and I'm going to struggle to find parking because that's the way it is in Germany.
600 metres, at the interchange Swinard, use the right 2 lanes to follow signs for E17 toward Antwerpen.
It's very difficult to get parked in Germany after 5 o'clock in the evening, and you'll see what I mean later on when I'm looking for somewhere to park.
At the interchange Swinard, use the right 2 lanes to follow signs for E17 toward Antwerpen, then keep left at the fork.
Be in either of the 2 left lanes.
Keep left at the fork.
I'm using a mixture between Google Maps
Continue for 1.5 kilometres.
and the Garmin diesel. Google Maps is great for live traffic updates. It doesn't know that I'm a truck, but it'll always show you the quickest way to get somewhere, and it'll give you live traffic updates, whereas the Garmin diesel will bring you the safest way for a truck to go. Someone broken down there. The only real headache I'm going to have today is ahead of me here now in about a half an hour, and that's Antwerp, because there's roadworks going on there for the last God knows when, and it's taken them forever to do them.
Keep left at E17, then keep right.
In 600 metres, use the middle 2 lanes to follow signs for B401, Antwerpen. Use the middle 2 lanes to keep left, then at the interchange Gen Centrum, use the right 2 lanes to follow signs for E17 toward Antwerpen.
Antwerpen.
Be in either
At
of
the
the 2
interchange
right
Gen
lanes.
Centrum, use the right 2 lanes to follow signs for E17 toward Antwerpen.
Antwerpen.
Continue on E17 for 44 kilometres.
Some people calls are Antwerpen, I calls are Antwerp. we shouldn't be too bad because we'll be hitting Antwerp about 2 o'clock in the day, in or around, and that's not too bad. It's better than hitting it at 4:30 or 5 o'clock in the evening. It's still going to be slow, but it shouldn't be as bad as it. You know, it's always.
3 left lanes.
Now we have the speed restrictions are up there already. Like we're not even. It's a no. Is it an overtaking? Yeah, it is. Or is it? No, speed. Speed restriction. "70 kilometres an hour. Fuck me, that's fucking slow, lads." So anything over 3.5 tons is supposed to go 70 kilometres an hour. That's really fucking slow. It is like. You're going to get people who ignore that and drive on, and that's up to them. But like this fella in front of me has been in front of me now for about 40 minutes, and he's well able to drive on if he wants to, but he's obviously adhering to the speed limit too. So anyway, I was sitting there having me cup of tea and just tidying up the cab a bit, and his car pulled up across in the lane across from me, and this fella got out of it. And I knew instantly it was a fucking traveller, just by the head on him. And he comes over to me, "How are you getting on?" And I said to him, "I'm flat out." "You sound like you're from around where I'm from." I said, "That'd be right." "Where's that?" says I. "I'm Irish man too." Didn't want to give away anything, so. "Where are you from yourself?" I said, "I'm from Ireland as well." And "Do you be going into England much?" And I says, "Jesus, I had a long time since I was in England." Right, just looking for someone to bring in a bit of tobacco." "Oh, right," says I, "yeah." "Ah, no," says I, "wouldn't be going anywhere near England." I said, "We always go direct Cherbourg, you know. But I do be out like for 9 or 10 weeks at a time." Pure lies, like. So I could see his interest in the conversation starting to wane at that stage. And I says to him, "Sure, give us a card there and sure, I'll give you a buzz if I'm ever that." "Oh no, Jez, no, be alright." "No, Jesus, no. Don't worry about it. Alright, you carry on and safe journey and all that." So he's obviously driving around, spending his whole day in and out of service areas looking for Irish or English registered trucks to bring in tobacco. But like he's on the wrong side of the carriageway. Like he'd want to be on that side for people heading back towards Calais and back towards England. I'm heading the wrong way for him. But maybe he just saw me and thought on spec he might you know, have a fool that'll bring in his rubbish for him. So you basically be taking all the risk, and he'd probably tell you, "I'll give you £100 or something like that," and you'd probably get 2 fake €50 notes when you hand over the merchandise. Now I wouldn't do anything for them because I don't like them, number one, and number two, there's very few of them any good, you know. So that's it. We're on the move again. I've 4.5 hours now. This is going to be a long 4.5 hours now because we're going to be going right through rush hour. It's now 4 o'clock here. I don't go in for this, you know, this Irish time when I'm out here. It's Irish time doesn't matter when you're out here. What matters is European time. And it's 4 o'clock European time. And that's all that matters to me. which means that rush hour is starting now and will continue until about 7 o'clock. So I'm just hoping that I don't get caught right in the middle of it. But if I do, I do. So 4 hours and 26 minutes driving left, and we'll see where that brings me. And then I'll take another 45-minute break, and then I'll drive on then for an hour and a half or an hour and 2 hours, depending. I might not, depending on where I am, and depending how difficult it is for me to find somewhere to park, because that's going to be the elephant in the room later, is finding somewhere to park in Germany. Holland is no problem at all. There's loads of laybys and stuff. Germany's a nightmare because, first of all, the service areas fill up, and then people start looking for laybys. And the problem with the German laybys is that, you see the gap between me now and the truck in front of me? People parking in German laybys leave ridiculous gaps in front of them. And it means that a layby that could probably fit 7 trucks has only got 4 trucks in it, because they've left such a huge gap between them that it's impossible for anyone else to get in. And I've found this every single time that I've been out in Germany. The gaps that they leave is ridiculous. Now I understand you want to leave maybe 12 or 14 feet for you to be able to swing out. But the thing you need to understand is that the person who's in there before you is more than likely going to leave before you. And this leaving, 100-foot gap or 50-foot gap between you and the next truck is it's not fair. It's very, very, it's extremely selfish. Yeah, well, I'm only about 15 minutes into Germany, and the bad news is starting to come thick and fast about the Stau. It says that there's a 20-minute delay up ahead of me here in 14 kilometers. 20-minute delay. That's a heavy, heavy, heavy delay. This is Germany for you. Like, this is what Germany's all about. Roadworks, Staufest, no overtaking. Polizei, Zoll, bagmen. You got it all here. You got it all. Weather is shit as well. See, all them parking areas are starting to fill up already. Couple of spaces left in there, but in another hour's time they'll all be full. "12 kilometers to this Stau." Oh my God. It's really bad. I'm just looking at it now on Google Maps. It's about 5 or 6 miles of a tailback. So there's you see where our time gets destroyed, where your hours, your driving hours, you'd say, well, in 10 hours I can get as far as Dresden or there or thereabouts. And then you come into a situation like this in Germany, where you have roadworks and you have a Staufest, and you could be half an hour sitting solid in traffic without moving, inching along. And it's just eating up your hours, just eating them. The gas bottle has decided to start squeaking as well, which is pissing me off. See if I have anything I can throw on it to stop it. That might do it. I just threw a sort of did it. We're just about to hit another Stau up here. I can see it already ahead of me on Google Maps. Another Staufest. The overtaking sign again, so... Like, I can only do what you can do, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't, you know, I say all this fucking kip and all that, but, like, you can give out about it all you like, all day long. It's not going to make any difference whatsoever. It's not going to make a blind bit of difference. Because it just is what it is. And it's never been any different. It's been like this for years. You know, roadworks and no overtaking. It's been like that for yonks. And it's you know, I don't see it changing anytime soon. So we've just seen the Staufest sign, like, so. It says 10 minutes delay here on Google Maps. You just have to keep on keeping on, you know. That's all you can do. How now, Brown Stow? Just away to traffic again. No accident that I can see of. There's a slip road here to our right, and there's quite a lot of cars coming down, and so that's what's causing it, I'd say. Pardon me while I just take a mouthful of tea. Ah, that's Bass. My daughter has this travel cup that she gave me a lend of, and it's absolutely brilliant. I made a cup of tea an hour and a half ago and it's still piping hot. Deadly. See, we can't go out into that other lane there because of a width restriction. So I've no choice but to sit and grin and bear this. It's not the end of the world. I've lost, I'd say, over a half an hour already now in traffic. That's 30 minutes distance less than I'm going to get today on my 10 hours. And it's just purely because of traffic. See the cars there flying along on the outside lane there, and we're stuck crawling because of all these cars wanting to get out. And again, you see, they don't thank you. They just think it's their divine right to get out. I didn't have to let any of them out. But you do, because you're trying to show fair play. You know, to show fair play. More mess here. I might start moving here now if you get rid of these roadworks. It's just a combination of things, really. It's a combination of the weather, the time of the evening, and the roadworks. And then you get tips like that one back there that slow everything down further. And they always seem to happen on wet days, and I don't know why. But I do, because the fucking morons on the road won't drive properly to the conditions. And they think they can cut in front of a truck on a wet, slippy road, and that the truck is going to be able to stop as quick as they can, and it doesn't happen. And then they're looking around them in shock as if someone else is responsible for their stupidity. Now, back out for a while. We'll see how we go. Well, I'm just taking a break here. And I have 3 hours and 45 minutes to go then. I just want to show you what I'm actually eating, and it's absolutely delicious. Lucky enough to have a microwave in this truck, and it's Super Value meal for one classic beef stew dinner, made with Irish beef served with potato, mash and root vegetables. Shut up. It's $4.99 in Super Value, and that's it there now. It might look like slop to you, but that's actually proper food, proper potato, proper vegetables, proper beef, proper gravy. And it's absolutely lovely. For $4.99, I have 5 of them in the fridge there. No good to you unless you have a microwave in the truck. I suppose you could put it in a saucepan and heat it up, but it wouldn't, I don't know. But it's really, really nice. I put it on for 6 minutes, just give it an extra little bit. But it's lovely. So I'm going to eat that. And in a half an hour then, I have another 3 hours and 43 minutes to go. The reason I came off the motorway now, as opposed to going on further, is that there's another... it's now, what time is it? 6:30, and there's a no overtaking until 7 o'clock. So I was sitting behind a truck doing 50 miles an hour, 80 kilometers an hour, when I could have been doing 90. So I just said, come in here and take your break now, and then when you drive out the gate, you'll be able to go straight in, and there'll be no overtaking, and it should make better progress. That's the reason I did it. But I'm going to do my full card today. I'm going to do 3 hours and 43 minutes, and I'll see where I park. I'd be very lucky to get parked somewhere, but I have to finally get parked somewhere. I hope it's in a service area. It may not be, but we'll see. Right, I'm going to have my dinner. Ciao. Good morning, my friends, from a truck parking area. West Germany, I suppose you could call it, because I'm 2 hours from Dresden. It's a beautiful crisp morning, January, and I was lucky to get parked here, and I'll tell you why I like a right-hand drive anywhere on the continent. I came in here last night and the place was full. There was trucks parked across the back here, blocking anyone from getting in here. But of course, old Nedzer has a right-hand drive. So what I was able to do was, I was able to come out the front here. These were all full here. Drive down along here, up here, and reverse into that spot there. Because for the simple reason I have a right-hand drive. All the spaces were full apart from that space. And it was just that I had a right-hand drive. I wouldn't even attempt it doing an offside reverse like that. So it worked out perfect. I got a nice little space. I managed to get myself into the space, but of course I'm in a right-hand drive. It's no problem at all to reverse into a space, and I will never, sorry about the wind noise, I will never ever want to drive a left-hand drive truck anywhere ever again. I had one there for the last couple of weeks, or last 2 weeks, driving around England and Ireland, and I find them awful, absolutely awful. Have my name in on the back of the trailer. Must take that off actually. That's not very it's not very PC, is it? So let's rub that off. Like a blackboard. like a blackboard on show. Hands up. Who wants to ride on the back of a trailer like a child? Okay, so one loose strap here. Be all right. It's broken. But other than that, yeah, you see, the reason I let the back of the unit down as far as it'll go down is because I don't want to be falling out of the bed. I want to fall back into the bed. So this is where I'm at. The truck is a beauty. I've had this truck on several occasions already, and it's a lovely truck. It's a bit dirty on the floor, but that's because of mucky boots coming in and out. But yeah, all good. So what we're going to do now is we're going to head into Dresden. We were supposed to be going to Warsaw in Poland. We probably would have got there today actually, but there's a change of plan because there's a driver in Poland with an empty trailer, and he's had a full break, and he's coming out from Poland today to meet me, and he's gone back in and tipping that trailer for me, and then we're both loading in the Czech Republic. That's the plan. That's the plan. That's the plan. Right, I'm going to get moving here shortly. Nothing like the open road. I see some of them wind farms there earlier on there, and I can't understand why they don't leave them going around all day and all night. I mean, surely they want to harvest as much electricity from them as they can. So why do they stop them? I mean, do they get to the stage where they have too much electricity? I'd love one of them in my back garden, I'll tell you that, and I wouldn't care how ugly it looked. I honestly wouldn't. I don't think there's anything wrong with them. I don't think they're an eyesore on the, you know. I don't think there's anything wrong with them whatsoever. Matter of fact, they're an ingenious idea to harvest the natural energy like wind. I wonder did they have any in Chicago? Although it's so built up, they probably wouldn't have any room for them. But I definitely would stick one of them in my back garden, no problem. Price of the flipping ESB at the moment, crazy. We're only a stone's throw now from Dresden. I haven't heard anything from the office as yet, so rather than going into the shell, I am probably just going to go to the next service area. If there's a service area between here and Dresden, I'll go in there. And if there's not, I won't. I'll continue on to the shell, because you can always leave the shell. You know, they won't charge anything for the first hour or two. Beautiful day, absolutely beautiful. I've seen a couple of those bagmen, but only on the other side of the road. I haven't seen them on my side yet. Now, is this guy going 90 or what speed is he going at? That's a Polish tipper trailer in front of me, and he's doing 88 or thereabouts. We'll see what he's like in this old ew. I'll probably end up taking him on this hill, I'd say, more than likely. Yeah, I'll go out because I'd say I'm going to be better than him. I'd say he's going to struggle a bit. Was I right? I was right. He is struggling a bit. Then again, he's not driving a 650, he's driving I'd say it's an R500, but it's a very nice looking truck. She's an R something, I don't know what, R something, but... Very slow with the fucking, very slow with the flash in. There's another big hill coming up here and I would have fucking wiped him out on that anyway. What a beautiful day. There's a sign for a service area there now. And I'll go in there. I'll go in there. It's in 5 kilometres. Da 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 da.
In 200 meters, slide left.
Oops.
Slide left.
Now where are you going, you fucking tit? Where are you going? Come on, come on, come on, let's go. Be making a big song and dance about it, like.
In 600 meters, merge onto A4. In 600 meters, merge onto A4.
Alright, so I'll just park in here. This looks like a nice old spot. No, but I more than likely won't be staying here. I'd say not because it's on the fucking opposite carriageway. I just need to find out what the plan of attack is, that's all. Hey, Ned. Yes, Mo, what are you doing with that mask on you, Mo? Leave me alone. Put it up over me nose. Oh, no, I can't hear you, Mo. Take it down. Take it down. It's better. It's better. What are we doing here now, Ned? We're waiting on a guy. We're going to meet him and then we're going to Poland. No, not going to bleeding Poland. Why not, Mo? Too many bleeding Poles over there, Ned. Well, of course there is, because that's where they live. That's where they're from, Mo. No, I'm not going there. Well, I'm going to have to let you out then, and you can get a lift back to Ireland then, because I have to go to Poland. Not going to bleeding Poland, Ned. I'm swapping this trailer now. With another guy. So I might as well drop the fucking thing now. $75 gallon of Coke. Yeah, good. Hello. Could I get the chicken burger, please?
Freeze or no freeze? Pom freeze?
No, just a burger.
Okay.
Is that okay?
For you, takeaway.
Takeaway, please. Thank you. No. Is that the same price with the chips or without? What? Without. Okay. Well, thanks, Shin. Cheers. Oh, this is Hello. The douche? Douche? Sorry? There's somebody. Okay, one shower. How much?
Yeah, one moment please. Later, when?
Okay, perfect. Thank you. What are you doing, Mo? I'm just looking at the snow, Ned. Yes, it's terrible, isn't it, Mo? Bleeding hate snow, Ned. Come here. Yes, Mo, what is it? Now, you were whinging yesterday because I said I wasn't going to bleed in Poland. Are you whinging today, Ned? Actually, Mo, I'm not actually. You know what, Mo? That was a great decision you made yesterday saying you weren't going to go to Poland. I bleeding told you, Ned. Bleeding kip. Well, it's not a kip, Mo. It's just now to be a load of snow over there, Ned, and you're not able to drive in snow. Well, you can't drive anyway. Oh, don't start that nonsense now, Mo. Of course I can drive. Will you not turn around and face me when you're talking to me, Mo? No, I'm watching the traffic, Ned, looking out for the cops, you know what I mean? Yes, no, Mo, but we're parked. I mean, they're not going to do anything to us when we're parked here. Would you not turn around and say hello or Happy New Year to the folks in TV land, Mo? No, I hate them all. Yous can all fuck off, 23, me bollocks. Mo, there's no need to be bloody... You see, I'm not going to get advertising on my videos, Mo, if you're constantly cursing all the time. I don't give a bollocks, Ned. Oh, some things never change, Mo. Would you not turn over a new leaf in 2023 and say I'm going to be nice for a change? No, I won't, no. Why not, Mo? Because that's the way I am, Ned. Take it or leave it, you know what I mean? Oh, I think I'll leave it, Mo. Oh, you say that, Ned, but you can't go out without me at the same time because people want to see me, not you. Yeah, I know that, Mo. Your shirt is all caught up behind. What's going on with this? You're still wearing that bloody stupid Dublin jersey, Mo. Nothing wrong with it. Leave it alone. I'm from Dublin. You're not from Dublin, Mo. You're American. You're from Florida. I am not. Mo, you're from Florida. I am not. Oh, where's Billy Boy? I don't know, Ned. I haven't seen him since last August. I think he was arrested in France for tarmacking and I think he's still in jail. So this is a scene that greets us today. We've left the service area. I had to go down and turn around and come back up, and of course I didn't follow the I didn't follow my sat-nav. I thought this would be a quicker way and it turned out to be a longer way, of course, as usual. You know, thinking I know best when I don't. So we're down for 22:45. If we drove straight from here to Dunkirk, we should be there at 22:45 tonight. But we're going to have to take another break, so that's going to be 11:30 then. So I doubt I'm going to make it to Dunkirk. I doubt it. But I give it a good shot. And if I could get... No, I didn't. I give it a good shot and see. I might be in around Antwerp somewhere, I think, probably, you know. I'd hardly get to Dunkirk tonight because it's too far. It's too far of a drive, like, you know, it's... Because I did a full 10 hours on the way over. and it only brought me back the road here, so I'm probably going to be 2 hours away. I'm probably going to be looking to be in Antwerp tonight now. I just forgot about that. I'm not going to be that quick. But if I get down past Antwerp tonight, I'd be delighted. That'd be a good score now. But I don't want to end up in Mere or somewhere though, you know, because that's too far away. Like, that'll be leaving me tight then to get Manchester off then on Thursday. We'll see how we go, is all I can do. It's going to be a long day driving in these conditions now, but I was looking at people posting pictures. It looks like the whole of Europe got a leather in the snow. It's on 0 degrees here. It looks like the whole of Europe got it, and not just Germany, because yesterday was a lovely crisp dry day, and I woke up this morning and pulled the curtains and everything was in white. Now it's not an awful amount of snow, and thankfully the roads are cleared, but it is going to slow us down no matter what we do. Like, so we'll see. We'll chat to you later anyway. Yeah, pretty shitty conditions here now, and we're only less than an hour, just an hour into our day, and another 9 hours of this ahead of us, which is not the most thrilling prospect, I have to be honest. Roadworks coming up here now as well. This is the problem you see during the day when you have. What I'd normally do in an ordinary situation with roadworks is that I would go out into the outside lane and I'd block all the cars from going down to the very end and cutting in, and then everything moves an awful lot quicker. But the problem with it is there's a sign usually up that says only vehicles that are, you know, less than 2.5 metres wide are allowed in the outside lane, which means that you can't do that. Now, it's not always the case, but it is a lot of the time. And these fucking pigs as well. I've had one driver so far in the last hour that's flashed me in, and the conditions are terrible. And when you're overtaking someone in bad conditions, the least they can fucking well do is to flash you in to let you know, because the mirrors are covered in salt, and they won't do it because they don't like being overtaken, and they're just ignorant fucking pigs sitting there with their big beer bellies sitting up on the fucking steering wheel, smoking a cigarette and scowling out the window as you go by. Fucking pigs, road rats, that's all they are. There's a bit of white for you now everywhere. Look, you can't really see anything with the snow. It's like a blizzard almost. Just doing a bit of overtaking of slow stuff here, myself and my minesweeper ahead of me there. To some of these trucks, some of these tankers that they're carrying petrol and hazardous chemicals, they only go at 80 kilometers an hour in Germany, which is fair enough, but it's too slow for us. We can knock out another 10. Those boys want to sit back and just do 80. That's up to themselves, but I haven't got time for that now today, unfortunately. Too busy. Your man texting away on his phone there. Suppose he might as well, if he's only doing 80 kilometers an hour. It's going to be a long day for him. Too busy to text in to flash me in, but that's fine. I just pull in. I won't bother even indicating. That's the way it works, mate. The fuck was that noise? Well, there's a completely different landscape there now. No snow whatsoever. And I would be more than happy with that situation. And I would be even happier again if it continued that way all the way back to Calais. I know that they were looking at Facebook, there was some snow in France as well, but I think the closer we get to the water, the less chance there is of snow. But there's absolutely no snow here whatsoever, not even a dusting. So it's great news altogether. I'd be sorry for them guys heading the opposite direction. They're heading into the snow. And they're welcome to it, because it certainly isn't something that I like to look at or to drive in, as I said. Really nice conditions now for driving. Dry. Okay, the sun is not shining, but that doesn't matter. What matters is that the road conditions are good. And let's pray. It's still 0 degrees, but let's pray that it stays that way. We're on our way now. We have 147 kilometres still to do on this road. The 38 before we go on to the 7. We've just gone 2 hours driving. That's all we've done. 2 hours. Seems like longer. It feels like longer. But that's all we've done so far is the 2 hours. So we've another 8 hours to go yet before we finish for the night. We'll take a break in 2.5 hours. And we'll take 45 minutes and plough on then from there. We're going to hit traffic no matter where we go. Do you know what I mean? Because when it gets to 3, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, it doesn't matter where you are. You're going to get caught in traffic. But it's ringing there now. I don't know who that phone number was. Probably another one of them scammer calls. Yeah, nice. The traffic's not too busy on this road so far, which is great. There's big gaps between the trucks. I'm doing about 89 kilometres an hour, which is just perfect, really. Having said that, if this thing could do 91 or 92, I know well I'd be doing it too, but it's just as well probably it's not, because them bagmen are all over the place. And they're the last ones I want to see today. Boom. I wanted to stick on my main camera there, this one here, but of course the fucking thing is frozen again. You plug it into the power, and I'm not even plugging it into electricity, I'm only plugging it into this thing here, which is a power pack, which should be given a constant charge, and it's still frozen. I have to take it off the stand now, take off the case, pull it out and pull the battery out and push it back in again for it to start. It's the worst piece of crap and the dearest piece of dirt that I ever bought. €500 for that piece of shit. And I swear to God, GoPro want to get their act together. I've updated all the software, the firmware is all up to date, and it still fucking freezes. The battery on it as well is absolute rubbish. You get about a half an hour from a full battery and it's dead. Useless. Absolutely fucking useless. The camera that you're looking through now is a GoPro Hero 7 black, and I've had my issues with that too, but I'm not as heavily reliant on it because I have other ones there that are older but they're still working, like the Hero Silver 4 that I have on my window there. It's working fine. Picture quality wouldn't be exactly as good, but at least it's reliable, and that's more important to me. See this fucking thing here? I'd feel like bouncing it off the ground. I honestly do. It's so unreliable. Anyway, my point was to stop bleeding moaning, lad. I'm not moaning, Mo. Shut up, mind your own business. Leave me alone. I'm just saying about my cameras, Mo. Now we know about your camera, Ned. Shut up, you. I'm having a break in an hour and you're not getting fuck all to eat. Ah, don't be mean. Well, you stop being mean and I might think about it. All right, I'm sorry, Ned. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. You're a bloody liar, Mo. I'm not, I swear. Anyway, this weather is much nicer. I'm looking at the fields here and it's probably frost because we're 0 degrees, but like this is the kind of weather that I like to drive in. Dry, crisp, great visibility, no spray, no nothing. It's much easier to drive, and it's delightful to drive in these conditions. And while I was doing that there, the truck was running away at me, and I don't want to get an overspeed. I had a little bit of a boo-boo there back the road. I was overtaking some trucks, and I landed myself into a no overtaking zone just before a tunnel. and I was actually in the middle of overtaking the last of the trucks when I went into the tunnel, and there's a load of flipping cameras pointed at you as you're going in there, so I'm assuming that I'm going to get a fine for that, or that there's a fine going to land on the table of the SGL. And I've said to the lads before, and I'll say it again, anytime there's a fine that comes in for me, I'll pay it, because if it's anything to do with driving, it's my own fault, and I can't expect them to be covering fines for my stupidity. Now, in fairness, this no overtaking came on me when I was in the middle of overtaking two trucks, and I had really nowhere to go because they were quite close together, so I had no choice but to keep going. You know, there was cars behind me, so I didn't want to slam on the brakes either, so I mean, look at it, if I'm caught, I'm caught. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. You know, the law is there, and if I broke it, fair enough, but I always say, you know, I'll pay my own fines when it comes to my own stupidity or my own sticking my neck out and getting it chopped off. I'll pay it myself. Yeah, we heard you, Ned. Now leave it alone, will you? Look at you, open your mouth one more time, I swear to God. Leave me alone, you bully, you. You're the bully, Mo. You never stop whinging out of you. I told you I'm going to get you some lunch, and you're not happy with that. You have to whinge more. Sorry, Ned. Sorry, I forgot. Something wrong with your fucking brain, Mo, I think. No, there's not. So, anyway, that's it. The road's lovely and clear. I'm assuming we're in 18 kilometres now. We're going on to a different road. We're going to be going on to the A7, which is going to be an awful lot busier. So, I have enjoyed my time on this road, I have to say. It's been great. It'd be only just wonderful if you could go all the way to the Dutch border on a road as empty as this, but unfortunately that ain't going to happen. It's 22.3 here now. 13.36, as Rory says. 13.36 Irish. 13.36 Irish. 20 to 3 here now, so I'd say is once we go on to the 7, the next 4.5 hours we're going to drive, it's going to be an awful lot more stowy, I would hazard a guess, because we're going to be going through around some fairly big towns, so we're going to have a stow fest. But as long as it's just weight of traffic and not an accident where there's a 10-mile tailback, we'll be doing okay. So, talk to you later. Don't be putting on that bleeding English accent. Shut up, Mo. Sorry, Ned, sorry. Yeah, it's taking a while to get through. It's taking a while to get through Dortmund here. It's a lot bigger than I always. It's always a lot bigger, and it takes a lot longer to get through than you think. Even though I'm on a motorway like this, I'm a good 20 minutes now going through it, and I'm still going through it. People here as well are the same. You're driving along on the motorway, and there's a slip road coming from your right there, and the first thing they do when they see the cars on the slip road is start slamming on the brakes. Like, it's not up to them to slam on the brakes. When a car comes down a slip road, it's not up to you to adjust your speed. It's up to them that are coming onto the motorway to either get out in front of you or get out behind you. This thing about slamming on your brakes to suit somebody else is fucking bullshit. And that fucking clown in front of me there in the white van has been doing it. Every time the car comes down the slip road, he's slowing down to 30 miles an hour. 50 kilometres an hour. And the car comes out in front of him, speeds off, and then he has to accelerate up again. And the next time a car comes down the slip road, he's back down again, slamming on the fucking brakes. Does he not realise that it's not his job to facilitate them? It's up to them to join safely. I don't think I'll ever get that point across to 80% of the morons that drive fucking cars. We're 55 kilometres away from the border now. That's not too bad. An hour and 44 minutes left before I have to take another 45 minute break, and then I can go on for another hour then, which I am going to do. 100 kilometre zone here, and fucking wank plank in front of me here, doing fucking 80 kilometres an hour in a 100 kilometre an hour zone. 80 fucking miserable kilometres an hour this prick's doing. Look at him braking again, look. Nothing anywhere near the prick and he's fucking braking. Bring it down to 30 kilometres an hour, sure. You fucking wanker. Oh, I'm getting out here. I'm not fucking staying behind that bastard. I can't do it anymore. Not doing it anymore. Fucking crawling prick. I'm just back at the border here now and we have to go in and do our usual end country, start country. That's why all the trucks are coming off here at this. It's the same thing we had to do the opposite on the way in.
Keep left to A67, then take the first left. Turn left onto A67, then take the first left.
In 500 meters, merge onto A67.
So here we are, we're down south of Antwerp, which I wanted to be, but the problem is now parking. I went into the service area, the first one after Antwerp there, and I drove right down, couldn't get anything in the parking area at all, drove out onto the hard shoulder, and I couldn't even get parked on the hard shoulder. So I was left with no choice but to keep going. I've 16 minutes left now. I don't know how long it is until the next service area or parking area, but I'm going to have to stop there anyway. No matter what happens, I'm going to have to stop there. I'm just going to have to stop there, unfortunately. Well, good morning from the hard shoulder. Fuck off. Just shows you the kind of fucking it just shows you the kind of fucking arseholes that you have driving lorries. Like, I'm in a situation where I'm trying to get out, right? And I have my indicator on, and it's a straight piece of road. They can see I'm trying to get out, and yet the fucking arseholes are going by blaring the fucking horn. So my opinion was that is exactly what you saw. Fuck off. I'm trying to get out onto the fucking road. I wasn't lucky enough to get a parking space in the fucking service area. I'm on the hard shoulder. I'm doing my best to manoeuvre my way out. It's a straight piece of road. You can see me from fucking half a mile away, and you decide, fuck you. Well, my opinion of that is, fuck you. Blowing the horn. Bitches blowing the horn as they're chasing by. You know, so... Like, I wouldn't give a fuck about the likes of them, you know what I mean? I'm too long on the road to be fucking afraid of cunts like that. Fucking wankers, you know what I mean?
10 minutes of delay were added to your route. You are on the fastest route.
Like, if I was in the same situation and somebody was trying to get out, you know, what does it cost just to lay off the gas for 2 seconds to let someone out? Especially someone that's on the hard shoulder like that. No, they only think about themselves, that's all. They only think about themselves. Oh, well, just to give you a little update, I am sitting now on the hard shoulder trying to get into the train, and I've been sitting here now for 44 minutes and I haven't moved. I see some movement across the road there, which is good. And the French police are up and down, and here's Rory coming back. I thought I saw Rory going down there a minute ago, and he's after coming back there now, whatever he's at, I don't know. Were you trying to skip the queue, Rory? You must have forgot where the entrance to the train was, did you? Or you decided, fuck it, I'm going to get the boat. Anyway, that's the fucking crack. Hopefully we'll get moving before Friday, like, you know. Tomorrow's Friday. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. I'm just looking over in the distance there. You can see the traffic queuing on the hard shoulder still. God love them. I feel their pain because there's going to be an awful lot of it. Pain, I mean. I don't know what stage this is now. Stage... Is this stage what? Stage 17 or stage fucking 19 or stage what fucking stage is it? Oh. Another stage. The only thing I will say, in fairness to them, that It's been done very, very, very well. It's been done very fairly. Everyone gets into a line, and as one line fills up, they fill up all the lines, and then they let the first one go first. And that's gone, then they let the next one go. So it's been done fairly. Please God, I'm not going to get sent to the fucking scanner now on top of everything else. But it is being done fairly. Like once you're in here, once you're inside in the, sorry, just to clean the camera. Once you're inside in the terminal, everyone now it's different after you get your ticket. It's a free for all. But once you're in the terminal, it's all done very, very organised. You know. Well, this is as far as I've got in 10 hours. From the time I was stopped at the French border today at 8:30, and it's now 7:10 in the evening, and this is as far as I've got. I haven't even got to the ticket booth, never mind to go into the lanes to queue up and wait for probably 2 hours there. I should have gone by the boat. This train is an absolute fucking disaster. I'm just about to lose it now, you know. I might as well be honest with you. I'm about to lose it and punch something, you know. I'm that fucking pissed off. Oh, merci, madame. Now.
Okay. MRN.
I don't have an MRN. It's a GMR.
Full.
This is wood.
Full.
Yes.
Yes. I need MRN.
It's on the system. It's on the system already.
Box number 4, please. Yeah, box number 4.
Fuck's sake. Fuck's sake. Madame de la femme, she wants the MRN. Just. Where's she gone?
Okay.
Tell her I have here, yeah? I have. MRN. Yes. Yes. Baby. I have MRN here.
And I need GML again, please.
Okay, I have the telephone on the telephone, yeah? Pardon, more now. Oh, come on. It's weird.
I can write it.
This telephone is so bad, you know. Night group. Okay. Now.
Okay. Okay, that's all good. Thank you.
Perfect. Merci beaucoup. Okay, yeah. Bonjour.
Good evening, sir. Breakfast time. Safety check.
Yeah.
What are calling, sir?
Timber.
Okay. Okay, wait a moment, please.
Yeah.
Moment.
Bonsoir. Oh yeah. All right.
Yeah, how are you?
Fine, thanks. Long day.
Yeah. How long have you been in the queue for?
14 hours. I have the other one here if you want that instead. Sometimes they don't, some people don't recognize them. I have both of them, but the credit card is handier, you know.
Well, at this moment in time, I'm sure Irish nationals can still use that Overtaking.
Oh no, I can, yeah.
Yeah.
No, because I was asked in Hull, and I actually rang the embassy from Hull and they said yes we can, but I should have with me a printout saying it's valid in the UK and Switzerland and the other EU members, but not everyone's up to date, you know what I mean?
You know what? I find since Brexit, a lot of people, there's just so many rules, people are just going,
Yeah.
you know, I had another guy the other day, it's like Eastern Europeans say they're resident in the UK, they can still use their cards. And I said to a guy, because I said, are you resident in the UK? And he gave me his passport. What happens is it tells you.
Okay.
And I said, have you got your ID card? He says, yes. He said, but your colleagues won't let me use it. And it gives me all these. I said, yes, you can.
But the immigration officer in Hull says to me, he says, now mate, he says, that's a national identity card. I know it says passport on it, but it's not a passport. I said, it actually is. I said, I'm 30 years in the job. I'm like, okay.
At this moment in time, I'm sure it'll change and they will say. At this moment in time, and as you said, you checked it out yourself.
Well, you see, what I need to do is carry a photocopy myself.
Yeah.
And just hand it to them and say, it's written there, it's an Irish government document.
Yeah.
And you can actually keep that, because I'll have another one in the O. So next time someone presents you with a passport card, you'll know.
Yeah, weird, isn't it?
Thanks a million.
Anyway, you take care, yeah?
I should be in about midnight in England.
Well.
I've only got to go to Manchester for 8 o'clock. Cheers. Well, that was a nice passport control gentleman. He seems to be fairly up to date. I gave him my passport card, but I just said, look, after all the hold-ups I've had today, I don't need any more. So I just said, look, I have my other passport here. You can have a look at that if you want, because I don't want to get into an argument about it's not valid or it's this or it's that, you know. So this is absolute fucking madness. It's absolute fucking chaotic madness. This chap here to my left is stuck as well. He's in between two different lanes here, and he's in neither lane. Like, I'm in a lane, but I'm gonna let him go because he had his nose out of the booth before me. So I'm gonna let him in. If he wants to come in, he can come in front of me there. I'm not gonna leave him trapped in the middle. But you see, if anyone comes behind him, they'll have to wait, because they're not getting ahead of me. I don't mind. I let anyone in. I let that other boy in earlier on. I let one of our Caseys, the Italian fellas who's coming out of the car park, and even though he wasn't up level to my window, I still let him go ahead of me, because I'm not like that. But you see, if someone tries to barge, I'll be the worst in the world. I'll get the hammer out and I'll nail you to the fucking cross. But if you're polite and you hang back and you're waiting to be let go, I will always let people go. Always let people go if they're polite and they're nice. 8:30 now, and we're just going down to the train, which is exactly 12 hours after I arrived at the traffic jam this morning. 12 hours later. 12 full hours later. Oh, and the next problem, of course, is, like, as anybody knows, like, we're going to be off this, say it's 8:30 now. We'll probably be off this if we're lucky by 9:30. If we're lucky, I said. Where am I going to get parking? Where am I going to get parked? Like, my hours are up at 9:30, so where am I going to get parked? And if I park anywhere south side of the M25, I'm going to get destroyed in the morning. With traffic. So I honestly don't know. I honestly don't know.